All right, yo, welcome to the 25th episode of the SlashMMR podcast. And we're back again, currently April 15th. Um, yeah, 24th episode. Next month will be the official 2-year anniversary of the podcast. So we've been doing it every month for almost 2 years now. So that's definitely something. Currently, there was just a very wild storm where I live, so it was kind of wild. There was like lightning and shit. We haven't had that in a while. Of course, I mean it's spring right now, so for that weather is less likely to happen during this time of year. But yeah, it hasn't happened in a while. But there was just literally like it was pouring rain and fucking thunder. It was kind of wild, but it stopped now, so that's all good. Anyways, let's get into the podcast, man. Let's just talk about the first thing that's really been going on the most this past month. If you've been paying attention to the news, you probably know about it. The tariffs, okay, Donald Trump's tariffs. It's been a wild situation for sure. I haven't been keeping up that much, but I just know it's been a work in progress to say the least. And bringing in tariffs, hiring, lowering, removing them completely again. For those who don't know what tariffs are, I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. Basically, let's say America puts a 125% tariff on something, like China. I think that's what they have right now. Basically, Chinese products are going to be 125% more expensive in the U.S. I'm pretty sure that's what the tariff is for. So that means that, of course, if it's going to be more expensive, then people are less likely to buy it, which, of course, will make China less profit. So yeah, that's basically what a tariff is, if I have that correct. So basically, the countries are just gonna earn less from America as the higher the tariffs get. And yeah, there has been a lot of drama about this, and also in regards to the stock market. It completely crashed, and then it went up again, and it crashed again because Trump just keeps changing his mind on these tariffs. And I think it's kind of crazy that that one man can just make these decisions just randomly at any time and completely change the world. Like it's kind of crazy that that's the way things are. But yeah, he put tariffs on like every country. And the saddest thing is that also there was like a crazy formula for it. I'm not sure exactly what the equation was, but he did have like a way to calculate these tariffs. But yeah, it was a pretty wild formula. But what happened was that basically the formula is concluded like the countries that sell the most to America, but then buy the least from them, those get the highest tariffs. And what was really sad about that, in my opinion, was that some African countries, like some poor African countries, they got the highest tariffs because no one because they rarely buy stuff from America, right? Because of course they're just a poor nation, but these nations, I don't remember which ones exactly, but of course you guys know some African countries how they're like. They have workers there who are working and making stuff for a very low price, which then America buys from them for a very low price, of course. So they just get cheap stuff over there, but then, of course, they spend a lot of money on that eventually as it all adds up, and then they look at what that country spends on American stuff, and it's way less because, of course, it's a poor country. They're not going to be spending that much stuff buying American things, but if it's a poor country, that's hard to do, and then it's going to like throw a lot of tariffs on those poor countries. I thought it was kind of funny, but also sad at the same time. There's some random African country getting like a 97% tariff. But in his calculations that Trump made, because he was being nice, he said in his formula, he did divide everything by two, so it would have been a 97% tariff, but it actually went down to like 47% or something around that. So I just thought that was kind of funny how some of the poorest countries getting the highest tariffs. Like that just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, of course, Europe also got a hefty amount of tariffs. But the thing is that China also got tariffs, of course, but they instantly responded. I don't know instantly, but they responded pretty fast, and they also put tariffs in place against America. And that's kind of a tariff war right now. Europe didn't act instantly. But Trump has said that a lot of countries tried to contact him and already were on the phone with him trying to make a deal and stuff. So yeah, I think it's kind of weird how all this is playing out, and I really don't. I would say I am definitely a Trump supporter of some sort, but I do like a lot of stuff he's doing. But I don't know about this. I feel like this is like it's just kind of irrelevant. Like I don't know what he's trying to do with this, but it's kind of dumb in my opinion how that whole thing worked, especially his formula to calculate tariffs. like every economist is saying that this is just bullshit and it's just fucking weird. And I can't I can't really disagree. But I think it's kind of funny. He's just doing whatever, and that one man could have so much power to really shake up the whole world like that. That really says something. But yeah, Europe, like I said, didn't respond initially. They did come together to work on a plan, though. The European Union, I think. So if America does go crazy again, we will also, counter that with our tariffs of our own, and yeah, put those on American products then. So yeah, it's kind of wild, but yeah, the tariffs did get reversed already after like it was like 5 days, maybe like a week. And allegedly, President Trump also had like rich people, like billionaires, like Elon Musk, tell him to revert them because everyone was losing a lot of money from this. But pretty sure Elon Musk lost like $35 billion because of the tariffs. So yeah, it was just an L for everyone involved. Like I said, I still thought it was a really weird situation. I don't really know how it's gonna go moving forward, but he just shook up the entire world for like it's gonna take a while to recover, of course. And the Asian stock market is still going crazy right now because, of course, it's still in a tariff war. Like Trump dropped every tariff except for the ones against China, and China is just hiring theirs, and then Trump is hiring theirs again. So it's I'm pretty sure they're at like 120 or like no, I'm pretty sure they actually at like 140%. So it's a wild fight that they're having, those two countries, but. The tariffs for other countries are now gone, so that's good. But like I said, yeah, I really don't know how that's gonna move in the future. It's very unpredictable. Trump can just wake up one day and decide to do one thing, and the whole world will have to embrace that, I guess. Because the stock market, like I said, has been really impacted greatly by this. Like it just went completely down, like the red line, completely down, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. So one of my friends, they lost like 1,000 fucking euros on the stock market. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. They're like in the minus 1,000 euros right now. So yeah, Trump definitely fucked a lot of people over in that regard. But you could buy the dip, which is like a trend, because it's of course the stock market. It's great to buy that when it's at a low point, right? And then whenever it gets out of that low point, aka the dip, you're gonna make that profit. But it's very hard to determine what the dip is, of course. I mean, it could dip even harder. It could go up again the next day. I personally also have 1,000 euros in the stock market, although I haven't placed on anything yet. I'm kind of lazy with it. I really should just invest in something and see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of got to figure out what exactly is a good thing to buy because, of course, when you reach a dip like this, it's not guaranteed that everyone makes it out of that dip, Some companies could just be doing good and then have some situation like this and then just go down and never recover from that. But most things probably will though. But it's still tough to say. Either way, it's cheap right now. A lot of things are down. So if you want to invest, then now is probably the right time. Or you could wait until Trump does something weird again, and there's going to be an even bigger dip. So yeah, that's just all up for speculation, I guess. But yeah, that's like the biggest like thing of this past month, the tariffs. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how this will play out further. And I guess only one man knows. I don't think anyone knows. I think Trump just decides randomly what he does on any given day. But he only knows what's really going to go down, and we'll have to wait and see. Next up, man, one thing that was really big this month was AI art. There was like a new version of ChatGPT, I'm pretty sure, and there was this huge trend with like the Ghibli AI art, which is like a specific sort of, I think it's anime, like a specific anime style. And I don't know why this blew up. I actually have no idea, but this specific style of art, the Ghibli AI, suddenly became a huge trend, with even the White House turning images into the Ghibli AI art. So it's basically just like you put an image in and tell like, oh, do it in this style, and it's basically the Ghibli style. Sort of like an anime thing. And yeah, like I said, even the White House was participating in that. Elon Musk also posted some Ghibli AI images. But yeah, this was a huge trend. Like everyone was doing it, and at some point, even like I don't know if the owner of ChatGPT said it or if some employee said it, but they're basically saying that people were generating so much Ghibli AI images that like the servers were having like trouble being kind of overloaded or something. But yeah, one thing I actually didn't know is that generating AI images is really bad for the environment or just AI in general. Apparently, I don't know exactly what it takes, but like apparently it takes a lot of power, to handle all that. So I didn't even know that it was actually really really bad for the environment. That's something else I learned. But yeah, that whole Ghibli AI trend is like killing the world right now because it's so bad for the environment at this point. Like the whole Chat GPT thing and just AI in general. Of course, it's getting more advanced every time. Like this new update, like I said, pretty sure it was ChatGPT that came with that, with the whole Ghibli AI thing. Um, it's really getting advanced. Okay, like this is way better than former things from like 2 years ago. And it's kind of funny because I feel like AI has been around like longer, but it wasn't that mainstream. Because it only really came around in the mainstream in like 2022, I think, or like 2021 maybe. But I feel like there would have been like other things you would have been able to do with AI, like into 2010s. But there was no really discussion about that at all. It's always been like, oh yeah, robots one day are gonna take over. But now we're really in that era almost. So yeah, it's definitely interesting to see all these developments within AI and just robots in general as well. Not only on the computer but also real life robots. I talked about this a couple months ago with like the Tesla things. There were like these Tesla robots that were just walking around, at some Tesla event, and you could actually talk to them and hold conversation with them. So that's yeah, it's getting advanced, man, and especially with this new update, that ChatGPT update, it's getting a lot better. And even I'm even seeing like some really realistic videos. Now, of course, it's different for people from different age groups to identify AI and such. But even I, okay, like I'm Gen Z, I should be, I'm the expert here on the internet stuff. But I even see some things where like I can't tell the difference anymore on some videos. And now pictures have been a thing for a while now. That's Pictures have been like pretty AI can pretty much replicate pictures perfectly already for like a bit now, but videos have always been a thing still. Like if you remember that video that went viral of Will Smith eating spaghetti, that was like in 2023, I think. That was a really poor AI video, but that was like the best at the time, maybe, or like the standard. But now the standard is way way higher, and I can't tell anymore sometimes if something is AI or not. And that brings me to my grandparents, because I said I'm Gen Z, okay, like I know these things, I know the differences most of the time, but it's getting advanced to a point where even I don't know it. But my grandparents have gotten to a different point, where someone from Gen Z would definitely know something is AI, but they wouldn't. So they basically they saw some videos of Barron Trump, Trump's son, that the very tall one, and these were these videos on YouTube which were AI covers, which would then have Barron Trump's voice like singing, of course in AI, but then just advertised as like a Barron Trump AI song, and that would be like the title. There would literally be like AI in the title as well, and it would just be like Barron Trump on the video, and it would just be like his voice singing. And my grandparents thought that was real. They were like, my mom told me this. My mom told me this. They were at my grandparents one day, and I don't know if I spoke about this last time or not, but if I did, I'm just gonna say it again. Basically, my grandma was showing her these videos because she was like, they were talking about like Trump and stuff, and then my grandma was like, "Oh yeah, and his son can sing so well." And then she pulled up those videos. It was like, what the fuck? My parents instantly knew that it was AI, of course, and it even said in the titles. Like my grandma just didn't read it all, I guess. So yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, the AI is taking over. My grandparents are falling for Barron Trump AI covers on YouTube. I can't even tell the difference between videos anymore half the time. So and yeah, this whole Ghibli AI art thing was also a wild thing for sure. Anyways, man, let's move on to the next topic. Here I have an update here on the Drake lawsuit. So I spoke about this like once or twice before. Drake basically he sued his own record label, UMG, aka Universal Music Group, and this was due to the Kendrick Lamar beef. I hate that I'm still talking about this in April of 2024. I said 2024, I meant 2025. It's been a year since this thing happened, and there's still things coming out, and it's still in conversation. But actually, what happened now is that UMG has filed a motion to dismiss Drake's defamation lawsuit over the song "Not Like Us," arguing that he willingly engaged in a rap battle, widely considered a loss. So UMG basically fired back. Okay, Drake sued his own record label because Kendrick Lamar is also under that record label. So basically, they both work for that record label. They both have a contract with them, and they upload music and stuff. They handle all that. But within the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, Drake thinks that Kendrick Lamar's song "Not Like Us" was, I'm pretty sure it was like artificially boosted. He basically thinks that they bought streams and also did things to have it pop up in the algorithms more often, as well as paying Twitter accounts and content creators to promote it as well. I'm pretty sure that was like the claims that he had against them. But anyways, UMG, they basically, Drake sued them for defamation over these things. Also because Not Like Us featured like lines of like Drake being a pedophile and stuff, so he was like not really happy that it was being pushed the way it was. But he also like claimed that it was artificially pushed, and that UMG paid people to promote the song as well. But UMG filed back, like I said, with a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. And this is what they said. So it's very funny because this is his record label, right? He is signed to these people, and this is what they said about him. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. In spring of 2024, two of the most popular artists in the world engaged in a rap battle. Drake encouraged the feud. For example, when he felt that Lamar was taking too long to respond, Drake released a second recording, tailor-made, in which he goaded Lamar to continue the public rap battle. Lamar did just that. One of the most successful recording artists of all time lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. So basically, UMG, like I said, he is signed to these people, and they're beefing. Like UMG is clapping back, saying that Drake willingly participated in this beef, and even encouraged Kendrick Lamar to drop, which was like the whole thing, like drop. He was basically begging Kendrick Lamar to drop more songs in the beef. So yeah, it was just funny to see because of course like I said, he's signed to these people. Like this is his own record label, and he's just beefing with them, which is fucking stupid. And that's what also makes me want to come back to that Kanye song, because Kanye also took part in this beef. For those that don't even remember that, because it was like the most irrelevant part of it all, maybe apart from Rick Ross's Champagne Moments. Kanye dropped the Like That remix, of course, on YouTube only, in which he was like also digging at Drake for the whole contract thing, because Drake in one of his songs was dissing Kendrick Lamar's, I think it was his old record deal, where he would basically have to pay a lot of his money to his record label. He basically had like a bad percentage, according to Drake. But then Kanye was like that he felt bad for Drake, that he apparently signed a lifetime deal. I'm not sure if that's true, but that was Kanye's lyrics. Like, lifetime deal, I feel bad for people. And that he also said, like, where's Lucien, which is like the owner of UMG, I think, telling Drake to serve his master. And it's kind of funny now that Drake is in this beef with his own record label. If he does have a lifetime deal, he's not getting out of that record label, right? So he might have made a lot of money from it, but yeah, he did kind of sell his soul in that regard, because now look at this lawsuit. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, next thing I want to talk about, while we're on the topic of Kanye West, I mean, I feel like we've been talking about him a lot lately, but yeah, each month there's something new, okay? It's not my fault either. He's crashing out on Twitter still. He's doing interviews. He's not dropping music, which is what he should be doing. I'm just gonna admit, at this point we're just the Kanye West podcast, man. We're talking about him every month almost. But let me just update y'all on the situation at hand here. So the wildest thing that he did in the past month, for sure, since I last recorded an episode, was that he made a song with Diddy, and he put his daughter on that song, which is a crazy thing to do considering the allegations that Diddy has against him, which he is currently in jail for, awaiting trial, I think. I mean, I don't even know what the status of that is. No one really talks about it anymore, but either way, it's still an investigation. with a lot of allegations, for various very bad things, also involving minors. And then he puts his daughter on a song with Diddy, and he uploaded that to Twitter. And Kim Kardashian actually managed to take it down because apparently Kim Kardashian owns the trademark of all their kids' names, including Northwest. So she can basically control anything that goes on with the name Northwest until North turns 18, I'm pretty sure. So Kanye West can even like use his kids if Kim doesn't give approval. So she would. I mean, I don't know if she was gonna sue him or not, but she got the rights to take that shit down because she owns the trademark to a name, which I didn't even know it was possible owning a trademark to a name, but apparently it is because that's what happened. So yeah, Kanye West wasn't really happy with that. He started crashing out more. This guy is just on one. He's been on one long crash out. Honestly, I remember that. I think it was like 2 months ago. He tweeted for like basically like 2 or 3 days straight, and then went to sleep for a couple hours and then just started tweeting again. That was like his craziest run for sure. He's calmed down a bit now, so then he deletes all his tweets again, and then he comes back a couple days later. But yeah, he was not very happy with that. But I thought it was just a very interesting situation to see. I mean, first of all, why would you put your daughter on a song with Diddy, and then of course having Kim take that down because she owns the trademark to a name? That's kind of wild to me. Either way, Kanye West is back on his bullshit, of course, tweeting a lot of controversial things. Sometimes there's a diamond in the rough within his tweets. Like he'll tweet something inspirational or just something cool, but a lot of times it's either pictures of Hitler or just some racist or some whatever shit, like anything. He'll really do anything negative at this point, or something about the Jews, of course. But yeah, he also has been. He also dropped a new song, which was called World War III, or it's actually WW3 is the official title, which is supposed to be an album as well, with Dave Blunt, who is an overweight meme rapper, who basically also raps about a lot of controversial topics, just like Kanye is in his new music. Because yeah, that single, that WW3 single, I'm just gonna say World War III from now on because it's easier. Yeah, he uploaded that on a different Spotify profile, which is interesting. Of course, on Spotify and Apple Music as well, the streaming platforms. Of course, you have the Kanye West profile in which he dropped all his music on, but now there's a new profile called just Ye, where he dropped that single on. So a lot of people thought maybe it was a fake upload because he did tease it on Twitter before as well, this song. But it was actually a real upload. So he might be pursuing music under a new name from now on, or maybe it's just for this album. Who knows? But yeah, he did release that new single, World War III, where there was a lot of controversial lyrics. I did love the song though, because the beat is the same, and the beat is crazy. I will say that I thought it was a very good beat. Also, I like his performance, not the lyrics as much, because he says a lot of wild things. But it's basically just a meme song, bro. Like it's just it's very stupid though. He talks about Hitler and also calling himself the N-word, and then he also talks about wearing swastikas and being a Nazi. It's kind of wild, but I do still like the song. If you just, let's say it was in a different language and you didn't know what he was saying, it would sound good, if you know what I mean. So I do still like it in that regard. Like if I just don't analyze the lyrics, of course, I mean it's not really good lyrics, but I do still like the sound of it though. So yeah, that's basically kind of the status of Kanye's career right now. He also dropped a music video to this song, which is just porn. It's just BDSM and like someone getting whipped. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking with that, but yeah, he dropped that on Twitter as well. So that's the music video, the official music video for that song. Very interesting. And apparently Dave Blunt also is going to have a verse on that song. Like I said, Dave Blunt's also just an overweight meme rapper. Kanye is on a wild run of just finding the most random artists and collaborating with them. If you remember the Miles collaboration that he did, Kanye started tweeting that Miles is his favorite rapper right now. And Miles, he's a legend. Okay, you should listen to him. Look him up on YouTube or Spotify. He's a very cool guy. But yeah, he was basically Kanye's favorite rapper for a bit, and he even got on a song with Kanye, the Bomb song on Vultures 2. So that was just funny. But now he's on to Dave Blunt, another meme rapper. And yeah, Dave Blunt is just saying controversial lyrics and stuff. So yeah, that kind of matches Kanye's current vibe. A lot of people also think that the song World War III actually was originally recorded by Dave Blunt and then just had a Kanye filter over it, like AI filter. Who knows at this point? I think it was Kanye himself, though. He did say that. But he also said he hates AI now, which is crazy considering he used AI on his last album, which is still not fixed. I mean, I thought it was going to be a temporary thing because the song Sky City still has an AI verse. I'm pretty sure it's like one or two other songs that also have AI, but it's hard to tell. On Sky City, it's very telling. But yeah, that's kind of sad because that song Sky City, for those that are Kanye fans, this was originally a Yandhi song, which is an album that got scrapped in like 2018. And it's like the leaked version is so much better than whatever got released. Of course, with AI, it's just sad, but that song is really heavenly. And I hope he does fix it someday, but it might never happen at this point. So yeah, that's just a quick little update on Kanye. He's supposedly dropping an album, like I said, World War III. It was supposed to drop like a week ago, but it didn't happen, and they're still working on it. He's been doing live streams as well with producer Digital Nas, where they're working on the album together and like playing some songs. Yeah, it's an interesting album. Some of the leaks are definitely interesting. The track list is also crazy. They did already drop the track list. There's like one song called Nitrous, one song just called, I'm not even gonna say that, but like um, basically the thing that Germans would say in the 1940s to Hitler, with another word before the name Hitler with another H. I mean, I think you know what I mean. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, it's a wild track list where in that song they already like made a snippet of it. He basically just repeats that, like how and then dot dot dot, like over and over again. So it's kind of crazy, man. What he's doing at this point. Yeah, it's interesting to see if he's gonna drop it on the Yay or not, or if he's gonna post it on his official Spotify page. And just the Kanye West one, if it ever does get released. But we'll have to wait and see if it ever does see the light of day. What is interesting though is he removed the song off Spotify. He said that he doesn't like that people can see how much plays the song has, which apparently Apple Music doesn't. So you can still listen to the song on Apple Music and on YouTube as well, but not on Spotify anymore. Actually, he took it down, so that's kind of unfortunate if you want to listen to it. But that's all I really had to say about Kanye West for this month. Probably will be something new next month, but who knows? Maybe he'll actually calm down for a bit. Next thing I want to talk about, we're going to go into some movie territory here. The Snow White movie, diabolical fail. Yeah, actually, I don't really know a lot about this situation, but I thought it was interesting that it was so hated. It got like a 1.3 rating on IMDb, which is a huge movie rating site. Yeah, basically the artist, not the artist, the fucking actor. I mean, the actor has been very controversial for a while. I mean, basically, he's just being very woke, and I'm pretty sure he's also like very feminist, like, but like the bad sort of feminism, and just doing cringe interviews and stuff, and just talking shit about the Snow White movie, like the original. I'm pretty sure, because Snow White, of course, you guys know Snow White, how that story goes, right, with the dwarves and shit. But I'm pretty sure this movie just completely changed that entire fucking story. Pretty sure they had like not even dwarves; they just had like regular guys. Let me just actually look it up if I could find like an image, because actually I'm pretty sure that was also a reason for it to get like hated. They just had like regular sized guys. Yeah, I'm looking at an image right now. This is diabolical, bro. So yeah, that was very weird. It wasn't even dwarfs, which was kind of strange. Just a very weird movie. But yeah, they just went completely off the rails, taking a classic story and you feel me, just kind of fucking it up. And so yeah, they just played it very poorly. But then the actor also got into a lot of drama, and it was super hated. So I just kind of think it's funny how with all the wokeness and stuff, how it's got like such a low rating. Like it's really working against the industry at this point. Like it used to be like a trendy thing to do, but now it's just they're taking it too far. And the Snow White movie is just a good example of being too woke. You know what to say? Go woke, go broke. It's kind of a dumb saying, I think, but it does work in this case. So yeah, Snow White. Very bad movie. Apparently, I've not seen it. I'm not going to because I'm not into Disney anymore. I'm not 4 years old, sadly. But yeah, I'm not seeing it. Anyways, one thing that I also will not see, but that I do still like, even though I'm not 4 years old anymore, is the Minecraft movie, which is also a big thing this month. And yeah, I've not seen it yet. Okay, I just don't have anyone to go to cinemas with, to be honest. So that's the only reason else I would have. But yeah, it's been a huge meme. Of course, I talked about this like a year ago. I think that's when the trailer dropped. But yeah, now it's actually out. A lot of people had mixed feelings on the trailer, but I do see in general quite a lot of love for the actual movie. But also a lot of people accepting it as like it's so bad that it's good kind of movie. I've seen a lot of interesting stuff about it, a lot of interesting memes. Of course, the chicken jockey meme. There's one scene where there's a chicken standing in a boxing ring, and then a zombie gets placed on top of the chicken from a box from above. And if you play Minecraft, you know that whenever a zombie rides a chicken, that is called the chicken jockey. And then, yeah, basically Steve, aka Jack Black, he just screams like chicken jockey, and that's just the whole meme. It's like the biggest meme currently. And whenever he says that line, chicken jockey, the whole cinema just goes crazy. Like everyone there will just jump up and scream and cheer, throw popcorn. And that's been a big issue right now. Okay, the biggest issue. I've never seen any movie give this kind of reaction. But yeah, people are like throwing popcorn and littering the cinemas like crazy. So there's actually like certain cinemas which will literally have like posters being like, "We know that the chicken jockey's epic, but please don't throw your popcorn," and stuff like that. So the cinema employees are struggling with this this month with the Minecraft release for sure, man. Those are some dirty cinemas with people just throwing theaters. I mean, dirty theaters where the movies are being held in, where people just throwing popcorn and just throwing everything, man. So yeah, I've seen a lot of meme videos on that, but people generally do go crazy for that. I also saw, like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but there's also a lot of songs from it, and I've heard a bit of one song, the fucking Lava Chicken song. It's ridiculous, but like I do think it's a fun movie from what I've seen. Also kind of stupid, of course, and not really, not really Minecraft like, but still funny in its own regard. So yeah, that's just a quick little summary of the Minecraft movie, I guess. And also, I'm pretty sure it made like a lot of money already. Like it did very, very well. So Disney should take some notes how to just make a normal fucking movie instead of doing that Snow White bullshit, and actually drop something good. Because yeah, that did very well. So I'm actually impressed with how well received it is. And of course, you also have the McDonald's meal as well, which is also kind of wild. There's like a McDonald's meal for the Minecraft movie, and you can like collect some action figures. No, they're not action figures; they're just fucking toys. Some Minecraft toys. So yeah, my brother did go to the movie with a friend, and they were gonna buy the Happy Meal for the Minecraft. I think it's just a Minecraft meal. I don't know if it's a Minecraft Happy Meal or not, but he was gonna get the Minecraft meal to get a toy, but it was sold out, bro. So it's doing better than expected, I guess, because they didn't have any more. So that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, very cool stuff though. Shout out to the Minecraft movie. I will definitely see it at some point if it gets on streaming. Until then, I will have to wait, I guess. Then there's one thing I want to talk about as well is some football news. There was some viral moments that happened. If you know the footballer Mbappe, okay, I'm not talking about American football. I'm talking about real football. Okay, I don't like Americans who just who call it soccer. Right, like, I'm against the word soccer. I don't like it. So when I'm saying football, just know I'm talking about the real football, not American football. Anyways, one of the biggest players in the world right now, considered the best by many, if not at least like top 3 current. Mbappe, he is known for a lot of things, but also known for one thing: the fact that he's never scored a free kick. And there's one account on Twitter which basically keeps track of if Mbappe has scored a free kick. So his name is literally "Has Mbappe scored a free kick?" And his ad has KM7 scored a FK. He had to abbreviate a bit, else it's too long for us. But yeah, there was basically a free kick that Mbappe scored, which of course broke the streak. Okay, I mean Mbappe, his whole career had never scored a free kick in a professional match, and it's been officially 3,424 days, I think. That's at least what this account reports. They has Mbappe scored a free kick account. But that was actually, he scored a free kick, okay? But it was a controversial one because people were really debating whether it was a free kick or not, because it was not a direct free kick, okay? Of course, when you take a free kick, the ball is still, you just run up and shoot and try to score. What happened was that in this free kick, someone else was standing at the ball and then passed it to Mbappe, and then he shot. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So a lot of people don't consider that a direct free kick. I mean, it's officially not considered a free kick, but a lot of people were telling this account like, bro, he scored a free kick, it's over. And a lot of people were reporting also as well, like Mbappe scored his first free kick, but since someone else gave like a little pass before he actually shot the free kick, it's not officially, like by the rules, it's not an official free kick. So it was definitely, it was a wild drama with a lot of community notes. So there was a second touch, so it did not count as an official free kick, but there was definitely a lot of drama about that. We even have here a report from Techers Foot. Mbappe has scored the first free kick of his career, and there was a community note: a goal after a short free kick pass and second touch isn't a direct or indirect free kick goal. International Football Association Board, Law 13, states it must be scored directly with one touch. So because it was indeed in free kick position, it was a free kick, but because someone else actually did the first touch and gave him a little pass, it was not a free kick. It did not count. So yeah, that was just a very funny situation, because this account went completely viral from that. And it is, of course, interesting that Mbappe, many consider him a top one player currently. I personally would put Haaland over him, maybe someone else as well. I don't really watch football that much, but I do like Haaland more. Either way, so yeah, it's interesting to see that someone who's basically considered the best player in the world right now has not scored a free kick yet in his entire professional career, which spans, a long time. So yeah, we're still waiting on a free kick from Mbappe. Maybe it'll never come. It's kind of a running joke at this point, but some sources did report this goal as a free kick, but officially it's not a free kick. So the account has Mbappe ever scored a free kick? It's still running, still up and going. So it's a funny account to follow for sure. I've been following this for a bit now, and yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation right there. Anyways, man, next topic, man. What do I want to talk about next? Oh yeah, this is also an interesting thing. The dire wolf. Okay, I don't know if you guys know what the dire wolf is, but it was a wolf which had been extinct for over 10,000 years, but it's back. Okay, now I don't know, how exactly, if it's actually officially categorized as it being back, because basically they just use like technology to kind of sort of like clone the DNA and fucking like spawn in a new fucking version of that wolf. It's very complicated, but yeah, of course, there's been experiments with that sort of stuff, right? Where you just take DNA from something and then recreate it. I don't know how exactly they fucking do it, but they just took DNA from this wolf and somehow like revived them. There's two new dire wolves right now, and I don't know if these are officially gonna be labeled as dire wolves. Like, I don't know if that's even possible because they do look like them. But I don't know if that makes like a new sort or not. Like if it's just a new species or if it actually is just the dire wolf back again. Because if they can do this with the dire wolf and that right now, I mean, what can they do in 20 and 30 years, right? So it's very interesting that this animal went extinct over 10,000 years ago, and now it's back due to science. Like they just took the DNA and somehow spawned them back in. I don't know how that process exactly went, but I have heard about these things in the past. where of course, I know there was like one situation with like a dog, I think, that one family loved the dog like a lot, but the dog was like dying. So they managed to like sort of clone the dog with like its DNA, and they basically just got a new version of it, which is kind of wild because you can just have the same dog infinite amount of times. It basically won't make a difference if it looks exactly the same. Um, but yeah, it's of course not cheap. Okay, it's like these people pay a lot for that. It's not cheap to do that at all. But it's possible. Like cloning has been a thing for a bit now, but it's very complicated science, of course. But I mean, bringing back like an animal that you like. I mean, that dog was still alive at that point, I think. Or even if it was dead, if you have the body of that thing, it will probably be easier to do. But they don't have a dire wolf body. They went extinct over 10,000 years ago. They only have DNA. So, like I said, how exactly this went down, I'm not sure. But it's a crazy development in science, of course, because I don't think something like this has ever been done, bringing back an extinct animal. But if the dire wolf can be brought back, anything can, right? I mean, maybe we'll have mammoths back. What I want to see back is the dodo bird, man. Shout out to the dodo bird. Nah, but for real though, the mammoth is like my favorite extinct animal, probably. I don't know how much extinct animals there are. I mean, of course, you have a couple popular ones like the sable-toothed tiger. I'm pretty sure that one is extinct, which also is cool, but also very dangerous, right? I don't know how dangerous a mammoth is, because of course they are kind of like elephants in a way, in like how they look, and elephants are pretty friendly to humans, right? I don't know if the mammoths were the same. I do know that they had quite a lot of beef with humans, of course, back in the day, because the cavemen would like hunt them and shit. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll hold a grudge against us when they return, but I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what the future holds for that sort of stuff, because yeah, bringing back extinct animals is crazy. All right, like they can bring back anything at some point. This technology is only going to get better and better, and as more information gets out on these things. So yeah, this is really some shit. When you look back at those things, when you go back to like the 1970s, for example, and people will say like, "Oh, what do you think the year 2020 will look like?" And there's gonna be flying cars and stuff. Like, I feel like this fits that stereotype. Like, this really fits the futuristic thing, where like if someone in 1970 would say like, "Oh, they're gonna be cloning extinct animals, they're gonna bring them back to life in 2020." I feel like that we're really living that at this moment with this story. Although the flying cars and stuff, of course, we're a bit behind on that, but I feel like this is really some futuristic, crazy shit that someone would say like 50 years ago. What would happen in 50 years? So yeah, maybe in another 50 years we'll be cloning mammoths. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'll live to see it. But yeah, I thought that was a very a cool thing as well, because I like animals, and the dire wolf. I like wolves a lot, and this dire wolf is like all white, so it even looks cooler. So yeah, epic. That's all I really want to talk about regarding that. Then I don't really have any more topics lined up, but I do have some personal stuff to talk about as well. My life. If you guys remember, I got fired from my job 2 months ago in February, and I was on the search for a new job, and I had an interview, and I missed an interview. I'm pretty sure I told you all about that last episode. Yeah, I thought it was at 12, but it was at 10. So yeah, I got out the shower at like 10:30, and I had a missed call, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, that was not good. But then they actually rescheduled it, so I still could go yet again a second time. And yeah, they told me like, okay, you'll know, whether you get accepted or not the next week, like early next week. But it was on like a Wednesday, and they were like, okay, early next week we'll let you know. But then they called me on Friday, that same Friday, and they were like, okay, do you want to come down to the place and we can show you around a bit? So I was like, sure. So I did that on Monday, I think the next week, Monday. So I basically I came there, and they were just showing me around the place, just explaining some things, of course, because they wanted to give me a clear image as well of what the job really was about. And I'll get into that more in a second. But yeah, so they was just like basically explaining to me everything, and just showing me around a little bit how exactly things go there. So yeah, that was kind of unexpected, because I was like, okay, well when the first week, the Wednesday, whenever I had the first conversation, I was like, okay, well I'll just wait until the beginning of next week and see what the if I get the job or not. But then they were like, okay, come down, we'll show you around. I was like, okay. So yeah, I did that. Still didn't know if I got the job or not, but or I was like, all right, cool. And then at the end of that day, whenever I was there for like maybe an hour and a half or something, and they were like, okay, well, we'll let you know at the end of the week whether you got the job or not, because they had other participants and stuff. So I was like, all right. So I went home, and that same afternoon, I get a call from them, and they were like, okay, you got the job. So I don't know what the fuck, how that fucking went down exactly, because at first it was like, okay, you'll know beginning next week, and then it was like, okay, come down, you know, we'll show you around a little bit more and explain some stuff to you. And then it was like, okay, wait till the end of the week. And then literally like 2 hours after that, they already called me like, hey, you got the job. So yeah, and that was like 3 weeks ago. And I'm already on my third week right now at the job. So yeah, second week was just done. Currently Tuesday, so yeah, my third week. It's a nice job. It's in the logistics industry, and no, I don't do warehouse things. I'm on the more the administrative side of things. So I do like administration, customer service. We handle a lot via email, so basically I have to like keep track of shipments, like packages that are being sent out all across the world, and make sure that they arrive at the right location at the right time. And if there's any delay or other irregularities with a certain order package, that I fix that, either inform the customer or ask the transporter like, hey, what's going on with this package? Why is it being misrouted? Why is there an issue with this or that? So yeah, I basically just have to make sure packages get delivered well, and inform customers or transporters whether something goes wrong or not, and ask questions and such. So yeah, that's basically that. I'm still learning, and it's a lot to learn in that industry of logistics. So a lot of details as well, and a lot of exceptions in certain things. So I'm getting the basics of it. It's been all right. Also, I work only 3 days a week, which is pretty ideal, honestly. I work on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, which is great. So today's Tuesday, so actually I was just off, which is very chill. And of course, the 3 day weekend hits, bro. Like I've only had 2 weeks done right now, but the 3 day weekend is amazing. So yeah, just been having a good time there, honestly. It is kind of tiring though, the whole learning process of everything. Just because I don't know, I feel like I like it more when I just have like tasks to do, like when I actually have like sort of a planning. Now it's kind of just like whatever. But yeah, I'm getting through the days, and that's the most important thing, of course. So just working that. The pay is decent too. So that's all I really need. It's a little bit more than my old job, but I do work less days, of course, so I don't get paid more. But maybe at some point I'll go full time. At this moment, they only had 24 hours available. But yeah, I just needed a job, so I just applied anyways. So yeah, we're back. We're back in employment at this moment. That's the current status I can give you guys on my life. So yeah, in like a couple more weeks, I'll actually. Well, actually, I'm going to be starting like actual tasks tomorrow. So actually, be doing things instead of just learning. I'm not a good learner. I don't like learning at all. It's just kind of tough for me always. The whole process. I just think it's kind of boring. I just prefer doing things. So yeah, getting through the day is kind of tough. I start at 8 a.m. This was something I really have to get used to. I haven't had to wake up this early in years, like since high school. 8 a.m. is crazy. So yeah, I got to be there at 8, not wake up at 8. So I got to bike there for like half an hour. So I wake up at like 6:30 right now, which is like it's the earliest I've woken up in years. Seriously, like half a decade. So yeah, gotta get used to that a little bit as well. But hey, I'm having fun though. It's a good job. Really fun people as well. I even got some chocolate and stuff for welcome for my welcoming. So yeah. Also, last thing I want to talk about, man. I completely forgot about this. I don't know how. I didn't write it down in my notes for topics. I'm an idiot. But I passed my fucking driving exam, bro. I completely forgot about that until I thought about it again. Yeah, it's finally fucking done. For those who've been listening to the podcast for a long time, you guys know that this has been an insane struggle for me. Just the whole driving lesson situation. Also the theory exam, which I failed like 5 times. I'm pretty sure I passed it the 6th time. But yeah, I finally passed the actual physical exam. So I had to drive with an examiner. I don't even know how you say that word. It's an examinator in Dutch. Examinator, is that a word? I think it's just a way. Examinator. I don't know. I'm tripping. But yeah, I had to drive with an examinator, so not my regular instructor, of course. Drive around a little bit, like 30 minutes or something. And it went well, bro. I passed. I went like pretty much flawless. There was like one moment which was like a little iffy, where I like there was like a van coming out of something, and I was just like I just went, ahead of them, coming from a corner. But I felt like I could have I could have made that turn easily, just getting ahead of that van. But yeah, the examiner said he almost like pressed the brake on that, but I was fast enough to make that to get before the van. So anyways, man, it's tough to narrate that, but yeah, it was a good driving exam. Shout out to my instructor, bro. We've been through a lot. I mean, I've been taking lessons for like a year and a half now. There was a lot of delay due to various reasons, which were out of my control. So yeah, unfortunately, it took longer. I should have been had an exam a while ago, but it didn't happen. So yeah, it was a lot of delay. I really hated it, but now it's finally done. I passed the first time. And that's all there really is to it, man. I don't have my license yet. I did submit a request to my town hall, so I can pick it up on this week Friday, I'm pretty sure. So then I can officially drive. I can't yet. I don't have the license yet, but starting this Friday, I can officially drive. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that it went well. And I also had a test exam earlier a couple months ago. I don't know if I spoke about that in the podcast. Let me actually see if there's actually an official term for this, because basically in the driving exams in the Netherlands, you have a what's called an interim test. I don't know if that makes sense in English, but it basically with the driving exam you need to pass two different things. Okay, you need to pass just driving normally, of course, but you also need to pass parking and stuff. So you have to park, make like a U-turn or some shit. Do various parking ways. The thing is, in that interim test, is basically like a sort of a practice exam. But if in the practice exam, it's also with an official examiner. If you in that practice exam, if you do the parking stuff right, you don't have to do that on the actual exam. So I had that like half a year ago. This point already. The interim test, and I did the parking and the other things on that well. Okay, so I passed that, so I didn't have to do it anymore in the actual exam. And the very chill thing is, this is pure luck. Well, it's not really luck, but it's just pure chance, I guess, that on my actual exam, I got the exact same examiner that I had on my interim test, on the practice test, the practice exam. So that definitely instantly lifted a lot of stress on my shoulders. I was a bit stressed, of course, but that instantly had me feeling a lot better about things, because I already knew the guy. I already drove with him once. Like it was very chill. He's a very chill person. So yeah, that definitely helped out quite a bit, in my opinion. So I've definitely felt nice there. So yeah, that was good. So I was already familiar with the guy. So that was just pure chance that it happened again, that I got him as examiner. Could have had anyone else, but yeah, cool. And I'm very happy that I passed it. I never have to do fucking lessons again. I'm really relieved that I passed the first time. I would have really crashed out if I didn't. Like, oh my god. But yeah, it took a while for me to do all this stuff. If you remember, my first video on the first lesson was in like September 2023. Which was like a practice lesson, and then the month after that, in like October, I started actually taking frequent lessons. So yeah, like about a year and a half of lessons, but then I did it first try, right? So I'm happy with that, happy with how things turn out, and now I can officially drive starting Friday when I pick up my license. So yeah, that's all I really want to talk about today. Don't really have much else to discuss, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, next month is the 25th episode, which also is the 2-year anniversary, so that's also great. Looking forward to that. I'll probably upload this tomorrow, so yeah, you guys are gonna have to wait until tomorrow till you hear this, but I already did all that now. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Once again, 2-year anniversary coming up. That's nice. Also, I'm going to Turkey in about 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about that vacation for sure in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. That's all we have to say. And yeah, goodbye.